Today I'm going to show you how you can make printed coasters using the xTool M2. Now, if you are brand new to my channel and I speak too quickly, you can go to the playback speed in your YouTube settings and choose anything above the word normal to slow this down. I'm going to be using InkAid on one of these primers to show you if there's a difference. Now, for my very beginners, there are places you can legally get backgrounds to do exactly what I'm going to show you to do today. I'm going to type in rainbow background in both designbundles.net and Creative Fabrica. Most of us laser crafters have access to things like this, which are available for commercial use. There's also a ton of laser files there. Now, you can see I've loaded them in. I'm going to drag in one of my backgrounds. The very first step is right up here. It's the processing mode. Let's click that and choose inkjet printing. You'll see, don't get freaked out, it will change. Where did my image go? It's okay. That gray area over here, that's our no print zone. To get our image, we're just going to choose on this camera. Because the lid is closed, the world view will populate. Let me just drag this out of the way. Our next step is to measure. We always hit that thickness, tap where we want it to measure. You see that screen changed. That's why we do that. You can hit T on your keyboard or come over to the left menu. I'm just going to type in the letter S. There's a ton of ways to sort. You can use xTool Studio's fonts or load fonts onto your computer to be pulled through it. Now you can see up here at this top bar menu, I have selected the background and I'm going to make it smaller because that thing was massive. We can use these transform controls to make it as big or as small as we want. To highlight both, you can either click and drag on the desktop there, or you can come down to this very bottom menu. It's called Layers and Objects, and you can highlight both those so they turn gray. I'm going to come up to Align and choose this very bottom one, Align Center. Now there are shortcuts and hotkeys to all of these things. But you can see now they're centered. I'm taking a little breather right now for my brand new beginners to xTool Studio. For my beginners, I'm going to show you and you will follow along with the first option, because in less than 40 seconds, you can have a printable product. And that's important. Do the first one. Watch the other two and then pick up when it's time to print. For my intermediate users, we're going to talk about perfect positioning. We're going to talk about vector edits. And again, for my beginners, you can follow along. You can do these exact same things. Or you can just do the first set and then watch the others to know that there is a lot more this software can do for you. Let's take a breather and get back into it. Okay, so option number one, we're going to do what's called a quick mask. We're going to select both of these. Again, you can hit Command A to get all or highlight both, whatever you want. Come up to this top menu bar as long as they're both selected and select Mask. Once you do, this screen will show up. Now, don't be concerned with what's on the left, but just remember you can move your item right in here to position it exactly where you want. And when you hit done, biggity bam, you have a printable with your shape. You see now the S is gone. You see it just says image over there. And now we can position this via the cameras and move forward, or we can hit undo a whole lot. And I'm going to show you option 2. Now we're going to mask it the same, but what we're going to do is position it differently. So I'm going to highlight both of them and I'm going to hit Command or Control G. There's also a shortcut on that top toolbar. And then I'm going to hit C on my keyboard and that'll make me hold down Shift for a perfect circle. Now, obviously, you can type in the measurements up at the top bar or use these to drag it any size you want. But the idea is that you will highlight everything for perfect positioning in just a second. So now that we have the circle, we're going to make sure that we turn that off. There's going to be no output on that. I'm going to lock it for now so I can highlight both of these. Again, I highlight both of them. They're just in a group and I hit mask. We're back to this screen. We hit done and now we can print, right? But making sure this is off. Now I'm going to position by highlighting both. And again, you can hit this align center, and you can use your, the close camera over there. And you can position this perfectly just with your eyeballs and those cameras. Isn't that neat? And now, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit undo 3,000 times. Remember to turn that off. Remember, we don't want that to output. Okay. After I hit undo, I'm going to show you what I do. Number one, we're going to turn the circle off. Remember, we don't need that yet. Now, I'm going to ungroup this. You can just drag one out or whatever, ungroup it with Command or Control, Shift and G. That'll undo that grouping. But I'm going to right-click the text, and I'm going to do what is called Convert to Vector. I want you to look at the toolbar up at the top when it's text. And then I want you to look at the toolbar when it is a vector. You see all that text is gone? The vector edit's going to allow me to round out this S so it looks better on the circle. I'm going to do that by coming up to this little spaceship and playing with these circles called nodes. These are all just commands to the laser or the printer on what to do. So I'm going to highlight a whole bunch and move them with the arrows, or I'm going to highlight one. I can also grab these little transform controls and change this line so it better matches up to that circle. There's a lot you can do in this. Once you hit done, it's locked in. You see the difference between the top of the S and the bottom of the S? Well, let's do the bottom. So I'm just going to highlight. You can click and drag to highlight. You can click on it. You can add nodes. This is one of the most robust menus we have. Now again, our S became a vector, and that's fine, but you can still highlight both of those, and guess what? Make yourself a mask the same exact way. Isn't that neat? Okay, when we click off of it, remember, we have to set that circle to no output. We don't need it. And then we're going to set the print concentration or the ink concentration for this image to 90%. We're going to do that for both the treated and untreated Cork coasters. Now, very bottom, we're going to hit process. Now, a new screen is going to pop up, and it's going to give you a little bit of information like how long it's going to take, whether you have the right module installed. Once you do have the ink module installed, you hit start. It'll generate a file and send it to the laser. You have to hit start on the laser to actually get this screen and then the countdown. So you can see me hit start here. It will decap itself with the little bracket, and then it'll start printing. Now, I'm going to show you the actual speed. This took 1 minute and 15 seconds. That's obviously sped up. When you're operating the ink, you can actually open the lid of the laser. I kind of like that. Makes for a good video. When it's done, it'll automatically cap itself. And if you are thoroughly overwhelmed, don't worry. I'm available to be booked through something called xTool Squad. We are trained on these machines. We have experience with these machines. Doesn't matter if you want to do a project with me or I can help you set up a project. Either way, we're here. So now let's do the other one. I'm going to hit finish, go back in here, but we're not ready. I'm going to position my second piece, the primed Cork coaster, close the lid, and this will automatically take another picture. Now I can unlock that circle and position again, but what is our first step? We're making sure we're on inkjet printing, and then our first step is always measure, because even though those coasters are from the same batch, they could absolutely be different thicknesses. Even just a little variant. We want to always remeasure. And what that looks like is it'll just come open, right? Click down wherever you've tapped on the screen. Now we can open that lid and just basically, we're leaving everything else the same, 90%, hit process. Again, you have to hit start to send the file. Then you hit start on your machine and you can open it before it gets going. Actually, you can open it anytime. 1 minute, 15 seconds later. Now, I'm going to show you both of these, but you do want to make sure that they're dry. While they're drying, come in here, save your file. You can save it locally or you can save it to your MySpace cloud. I sealed both of them with this spray sealant. And then here's what they look like in natural light. This is obviously unprimed. It's very muted. There's a lot of color there, but this one is a very just more saturated. And again, I primed that with InkAid. Both of them are sealed. As a friendly reminder, you're not alone in this. You can either book a call one-on-one with me, or you can join my free Facebook group. You are never left alone. I urge you to join the xTool M2 official group on Facebook as well, or hit up the Reddit. Thanks for joining me today. Please like the video and subscribe for more content with lasers.